Picture this. You are sitting in a dark movie theater. The music swells, the hero makes a final desperate stand, and suddenly, it happens. A tiny wave of electricity ripples across your arms. The hair on your neck stands straight up. Your skin transforms into the texture of a plucked chicken. It is a sensation we have all felt 1,000 times, yet it makes absolutely no sense. Why does a beautiful song or a scary story cause your body to react like you were standing in a freezer? This is the bizarre science of goosebumps, a biological glitch that proves you are basically a primitive hunter wearing a modern human suit. Think about the last time you felt them. Maybe it was a cold breeze, or maybe it was just a really high note in a power ballad. It is a weirdly intense physical reaction to something that is often purely emotional. If you think about it, it is actually kind of embarrassing. Your body is shouting its secrets to the world. You cannot hide the fact that you are moved, or terrified, or freezing. Your skin literally gives you away. But there is a reason your brain triggers this 2 million-year-old reflex, and the answer reveals a deep secret about how your mind handles pleasure, fear, and even your personality. Let's look at the mechanics first, because what is happening under your skin is actually a tiny structural feat of engineering. Every single hair on your body is attached to a miniature muscle called the erector pili. When you get a chill, your sympathetic nervous system, the part of you that handles fight or flight, sends an urgent telegram to those muscles. They contract, pulling the hair upright and creating a tiny shallow depression on the surface of your skin. That is the bump. Now, if you were a chimpanzee, or a cat, or a porcupine, this would be a genius move. If you're a cat and a dog corners you, you want to look as big and terrifying as possible. You puff up. By standing your fur on end, you suddenly look 30% larger. It is an intimidation tactic. It tells the predator, do not mess with me. I am huge. But for us, we have lost most of our body hair over the last few million years. When we puff up, we do not look like a 500-pound silverback gorilla. We just look like we have a weird skin condition. It is a defense mechanism that has lost its weapon. But it is not just about looking scary. There is a thermal reason, too. If you were a fuzzy mammoth, standing your hair up would create a thick layer of dead air right next to your skin. This acts as a natural parka, trapping your body heat and keeping you warm. Again, for us, it is useless. We have 5 million hairs, but they are too thin to trap anything. We are trying to build a thermal blanket out of invisible threads. It's like trying to stay warm in a blizzard by wearing a fishnet stocking. So, if goosebumps are a useless leftover from our hairy ancestors, why hasn't evolution deleted the file? Why do we still get them when we hear a violin solo? This is where the science gets truly mind-blowing. Scientists call the goosebumps you get from art or music frisson. Some researchers even call it a skin orgasm. And if you are one of the people who experiences this, it says something very specific about the way your brain is wired. Only about 50% of the population gets goosebumps from music. If you are in that 50%, research from Harvard University suggests that your brain actually has a higher volume of fibers connecting your auditory cortex to the areas that process emotions. Basically, your brain's wiring between hearing things and feeling things is a high-speed fiber optic cable, while for everyone else, it is more like dial-up. You are literally made physically connected to the sounds you hear. But why the bump? Why does the brain use a scary physical reflex for a beautiful experience? It comes down to a concept called violated expectations. Your brain is a prediction machine. It is constantly guessing what the next note in a song will be, or where a melody is going. When a singer hits a note that is higher than expected, or the harmony shifts in a way you didn't see coming, your brain's amygdala, the alarm center, goes into a momentary panic. It thinks, wait, that was a loud, unexpected noise. Danger! It triggers the adrenaline. It fires the goosebump reflex. But then, a split second later, your prefrontal cortex, the logical part of your brain, realizes there is no danger. It says, relax, it is just Adele. It is a beautiful song. That sudden shift from threat to safety creates a massive flood of dopamine. The goosebumps are the physical echo of that false alarm. You are literally feeling the relief of not being eaten by a tiger while enjoying a symphony. It's the same reason some people love horror movies. You are tricking your primitive
primitive brain into a state of high alert.
Then bathing it in the safety chemicals of your modern environment. It is a biological roller coaster. And here is a little twist. Psychologists have found that people who get goosebumps from music tend to score much higher on a personality trait called openness to experience. You likely have a more active imagination. You value beauty and nature more, and you are more likely to reflect on your feelings. Your skin is literally a barometer for how much you appreciate the world. But goosebumps aren't always about beauty or cold. Have you ever heard someone scrape their fingernails on a chalkboard? Or maybe the sound of a dry sponge on a car window? That cringing, skin crawling feeling is a different beast entirely. It is called grima. Some scientists believe the frequency of those sounds mimics the warning cries of ancient primates. When you hear that high-pitched screech, your body isn't just annoyed. It is reacting to a 5 million-year-old emergency broadcast signal. Your hair stands up because your DNA thinks a predator is currently attacking your tribe. Even your social life is written in your goosebumps. Have you ever watched a video of a soldier coming home to their family, or a massive crowd of people singing a national anthem in unison? You get that shiver down your spine. This is what researchers call social thermoregulation. Back in the day, being alone meant dying of cold. Being with the tribe meant warmth and safety. We have evolved to feel a physical glow when we feel socially connected, and a physical chill when we feel rejected. A touching moment in a movie triggers those same ancient systems. Your brain is telling you this connection is vital for our survival. Pay attention. So, are goosebumps just a useless vestigial trait? Not quite. While they don't keep us warm anymore, they serve as a powerful emotional antenna. They are a bridge between your conscious mind and your animal past. They remind you that you aren't just a brain in a jar. You are a biological creature with deep, ancient roots. They are a sign that you are capable of awe. Awe is one of the most complex human emotions. It is what we feel when we look at the Milky Way or stand at the edge of the Grand Canyon. It is that feeling of being small but connected to something massive. When we experience awe, our goosebumps fire. It is as if our body is trying to expand to match the scale of what we are seeing. It is a physical wow. And interestingly, people who experience awe more frequently tend to be more generous, more patient, and less stressed. Those little bumps on your arm are actually tied to your mental health. So the next time you are listening to a podcast or watching a sunset and you feel that familiar tingle, don't just brush it off. Your body is doing something incredible. It is using an ancient fur-raising defense mechanism to tell you that you are experiencing something meaningful. It is a check engine light for your soul. It means you are truly present. Think about how many things in our modern world are designed to be smooth and controlled. We live in temperature-controlled rooms, we look at flat screens, we wear clothes that hide our skin. Goosebumps are one of the few things left that we cannot control. You cannot will yourself to have goosebumps. You cannot fake them. They are an honest, raw reaction from the deepest parts of your biology. In a world of filters and fake it till you make it, your goosebumps are the most real thing about you. We've covered the cold, the fear, the music, and the personality traits. But there is one more weird fact. You can actually get goosebumps in your dreams. Your brain can trigger the physical reflex even when there is no external stimulus at all. It just goes to show how deeply these circuits are buried in our hardware. They're not just on our skin. They are in the very blueprint of what it means to be a human being. Before we wrap this up, I want to know about your trigger. What is the one specific thing that is 100% guaranteed to give you goosebumps every single time? Is it a specific song lyric, a certain movie scene, or maybe a specific physical sound? Drop it in the comments. I'm curious to see if there were any universal triggers we all share. If you found this deep dive into your own skin fascinating, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps the channel more than you know. Share this with that one friend who is always freezing, even when it's 70 degrees, or the friend who always cries at the symphony. And if you want to keep exploring the bizarre science of one everything, make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications. We have a lot more mysteries to solve. Thanks for watching.